Hey, welcome back everybody. This is Mike Brenner coming to you with the Brenner Blast College Football Picks video for Saturday, November 4th. It's the afternoon of Friday the 3rd as I'm filming this, but I sure like what is on Slate for tomorrow. There's some marquee games. They've got a lot of division games. They've got a lot of games that make a lot of sense. And this last week they came out with the college football playoff poll, which has Georgia ranked over Alabama. I don't know how that's going to sit with the Crimson Tide, but they've had a week off after going 8-0 the first 8 weeks. Had their bye week. They're sitting at home licking their chops waiting on LSU. Georgia's going to be at home taking on a surprising, I think, South Carolina squad that's sitting at 6-2. Will Muschamp, the ex-Gators coach, he said South Carolina's been responding and they definitely playing better than he anticipated when they started the season. So we will see because shit's going to get real. All right, guys, let's get into our picks. Again, we're on top of the bookie. Let's move it forward. This weekend offers some really good opportunity. This is that time of year in college football where teams cannot afford to take a break, take a week off, not at all. All right, this is it. Rubber hits the road, baby, so let's go. Purdue Boilermakers, they're pissed off. They lost their last 3 games by a total of 11 points. Dropped one last week at Nebraska, 25-24. They're coming home, and even though, all right, this is Purdue, this is that somebody going to pay for that shit game because they're going to be at home against Illinois, and Illinois 2-6 this year. Lovie Smith, I think he's looking at his last coaching job. This is not what Illinois envisioned when they hired Lovie Smith with all of his experience in the NFL and supposedly at the college level. They have a struggling running game, and you're going up against Purdue. Not only are they pissed off, but they've got Langford Johnson, the running back. He knocked off 128 yards last week against Nebraska. So their running game is definitely ready. And again, this team has been in every single game. So I think this is going to be a no-brainer. Somebody's going to pay for that shit early and often. Pull the trigger with Purdue Boilermakers on the first half, -7. That's right, Boilermakers on the half, baby. Then we're jumping down to the Georgia Bulldogs. They're at home. They're hosting the South Carolina Gamecocks. I'm telling you, Between the Hedges hasn't had energy, emotion, everything like this in a long, long time. They're ranked number 2 nationally in the polls, and as we said, the playoffs are looking at number 1. All right, what I like is Kirby Smart is keeping that team level-headed. That was the best hire in college football in a long, long time. He absolutely has control of this team. You've got a freshman, Jake Fromm, that's playing like a damn senior. All right, you got Sony Michel and Nick Chubb in the backfield. This team is averaging like 284 yards on the ground a game. The offense averages 31.8 points a game. So they're clicking on all cylinders. They're healthy, they're happy, and by God, they're confident. I think South Carolina, all right, everybody's talking about how, you know, they beat Vanderbilt. Oh, no, they squeaked by Vanderbilt, I should say, last week, 34-27. And they're talking about the consistency of South Carolina, but they have not faced a defense like this. They have not faced a running game like this, and they have not faced a crowd that's going to be raucous and absolutely wild like Between the Hedges in Athens. So we're going to pull that trigger for a wheelbarrow and shovel. This is a first half burial, okay? Pull that trigger on the Georgia Bulldogs on the first quarter -6 and the first half -12.5. South Carolina is absolutely going to be in more than they can stand. This is not a comparison to Vanderbilt. This is not a comparison to when you were coaching at Florida. I'm telling you, Will Muschamp, you're out of your league here because the Bulldogs are believing. And when you get momentum and emotion rolling, it's hard to stop. It is absolutely hard to contain. So the Bulldogs will get it done. All right, guys, then we're jumping down to Clemson. I love it. They're at North Carolina State. Clemson quietly in a really nice position. Coach Dabo Swinney said, we're right where we want to be. The quarterback, Bryant, he's back again this week. That defense is shutting teams down. And North Carolina State got hammered last week, 35-14 against Notre Dame. I don't think they're going to be able to lick their wounds quick enough, and I don't think the home field advantage is going to work for them. Clemson loves playing on the road. They're not scared of anybody. And I think this game is definitely under, the line is off. I think it's off. I'm going to pull that trigger in 2 spots on the defending champion Clemson Tigers on the first half -4 and also the full game -7. Look for this team to come out early and often and bring it because when they didn't see their name in the top 4, trust me, that fires them up and they want to prove to everybody we're a hell of a lot better than a couple of those teams in the top 4. So again, pulling that trigger, baby. Clemson Tigers on the half in the game. Then we're we're jumping down to Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish taking on Wake Forest. That's right, Notre Dame, they only have one loss this year, a 1-point loss to Georgia Bulldogs. So this team is a hell of a lot better than people think. And they got that running back, Josh Adams, got 1,000 yards on 110 attempts. This kid's on fire, and this team right now is playing like champions. They believe, Coach Brian Kelly said, this team is close. They're close-knit. They believe in each other, and the defense loves how the offense operates. They take care of each other on both sides of the ball. So when you're at home going up against a Wake Forest team that, you know, they lost their leading rusher, so this is going to really, really be tough for them. This ain't Louisville. Everyone's talking about how Wake Forest put up 650 yards against Louisville. Trust me, Notre Dame is not Louisville. So defense is not going to be optional when you play Notre Dame. So we're going to pull the trigger in one spot on the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. First half, -7.5. I like that spot. I think they come out and they command the tempo early and they hold on. Wake Forest, though, they do got a tough defense, so I think it will be a tight game towards the end. Not sure, but loving Notre Dame on the first half. And then we're going to end it up with Alabama, baby. That's right. The Tide is sitting at home waiting. They've had a week off to look at what's going on, and this is where Saban really gets in his players' heads. He's like, we cannot whatsoever get comfortable. All right, this is when the schedule gets tough. This is when shit gets real, and this is where everybody and anybody's going to be coming at us because we got a target on our chest. Well, LSU, who had a slow start, they're number 20 in the country now. All right, I don't know, man. They got a running back that can get it done, but he has not faced a defense like this. This defense has given up only 9.8 points a game. Are you kidding me? 9.8 points a game is all they're giving up. They are tough. And what's really good is this is a well-balanced team in the run game and the pass game. And also, you got the defense, who is ranked nationally, going up against a team, LSU, that has had more offensive issues early this year than any other team in the SEC. So, I don't know. I like the first half here. Pulling that trigger with the Bama. Roll Tide roll, baby. Alabama -11.5 in the first half. I like it. And we're going to pull the trigger on the full game -23. I think Bama's going to show LSU you're not in our league, that's for sure. So we're going to pull them in two spots, and we're going to absolutely cash those tickets, guys. All right, let's recap the picks. We got Purdue on the first half -7. We've got Georgia on the first quarter -6 and the first half -12.5. And then, we have got a big one with Clemson on the first half -4 and the full game -7. We got Notre Dame Fighting Irish on the first half -7.5. And we're ending it up with Alabama pulling the trigger on two spots, the first half -11.5 and the full game -23. All right, guys, I love it. This is that time of year. We got a lot going on. We're going to pick up some steam, some momentum, and we're going to cash these tickets. So do me a favor. Bet responsible, beat your bookie, and build that bank with Brenner. But most importantly, stay focused this weekend, okay? Make sure you still stick to the plan. You don't get betting over your head. And if for some reason, all right, you get down in your account, don't start chasing. That's the worst practice that anybody can get into, because there's no returning from that. Once you get in too deep with chasing, it's all over. So please, please stick to the plan. Treat this like a business, because you can invest. You don't have to gamble. I love these picks today. I think we're going to get it done. Fired up about what's coming up. We got college basketball right around the corner, baby. And you know what? Our attitude will never change, because we love what we do here. So don't forget, the Brenner Blast pick videos are coming to you, baby.